Now that we have our game animation done, all we need to do is get our start and end scenes to work, and we've got a fully functional game. So let's go to our beginning scene. We've got our title of the game right here. It says let's play. Currently at the end we have a stop keyframe, and that stop keyframe is of course making us so that we can't go forward. So we need to create an event listener, a function and event listener pair for our button to work. And our button right now is called start_btn, so that's really important. So anyway, let's go back to our actions. Let's go to that last keyframe where we have the start, and that's where we want our button to work. So here's where we're going to create our function, and it's going to be go game. And we don't really need to, we do have to have an argument, and that argument is going to be a mouse event. And now we can go down a couple lines, and after we do our curly brackets. And in this, we're going to create a go to and play, but we're going to be doing a little bit different. So I'm going to use this dot go to and play. And where I want it to go to is to the game scene. So here's something you want to look at. Look at the code hinting here. You'll see it says frame and then scene. And notice that the scene is in that bracket, it's in that square bracket, and that means that it's not required. The frame is required, but then the scene is not, and it's frame and then scene second. So I know that I'm going to go to frame 1 of the game scene, and if we look at this, it's called game 1. So we're going to put that in game 1. And then we can finish that particular code with our curly bracket. Our semicolon, sorry. And we've got our curly bracket after that. And now we need to add an event listener. The button that we have is our start button. So let's make sure that we find that start_btn. Dot add event listener. Then we need a mouse event. Dot click. And it's all in uppercase. And then we're going to run the go game function, and that should be it. Now I'm going to copy this code because this will be really helpful for my end scene as well. So this should go to and play the frame 1 of the game 1 scene, and you do want to make sure that that is exactly the same as this. And if there's a space, then that has to be in the name, of course, as well. And it will give you an error if it does not exist. So let's say it doesn't exist, and I try my code with Control-Enter. You'll see when I click, it says, wait a second, scene game 1A was not found. So let's fix that back to what it should be. And so it says just game 1. And we'll test it again, and now I should be able to click, and it will go to the game. Now, as soon as it gets past the game, it goes on to the end scene, and I need to have the same sort of thing on my end scene. So I can actually copy that keyframe even. I'll copy that frame. I'll go to my end game scene, and let's create a new actions layer. And at the very end, I can paste that frame, and that has pretty much the same code. Now, I do need to take a look at the button that I have here, and I've called it replay button, and I've made sure that any place that I have that same button, it has the exact same name. So I can go to my code now and just change those things that need to be changed. So we really should have a different function name, because if we don't have a different function name, it will cause problems. So go start. So this is going to be go start instead of the go to the game. And I'm sorry these actions layers keep on kind of getting a little bit shorter for me there. There we get. Go start. So this is going to be back to the very beginning of my whole entire movie. So I need to make sure that go start is changed here and go start is changed there. I need to make sure that my button is named appropriately, and this is replay. And this is going to go to and play frame 1 of the start scene. Now I should be able to test this, and I can go on. It'll go to the game. It'll play the game, update the score, and when it's done, it goes to the end scene, and I'm ready to actually have a fully functioning game. So now it went back to the beginning. It goes through the game. It goes to the end scene. I can go all the way back. So this is pretty exciting. The last thing that we're going to do is going to take very little time, and that's going to be add some sounds. So we're going to do that in the next tutorial, and that will really take this up to the next level where we have some environmental audio that adds a little bit more to this file to make it a little bit more fun. So see me in the next tutorial.